What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is Muscle, and this is another Two Line Music Hut's Entertainment Report podcast. And today, we have a real special guest in the building. We're talking about this lady here plays one of the baddest songs in Toronto. We're talking about Guns N' Roses. You know who we have in the building today? We have TASHA ROZEZ in the building today. What's going on, sister?
I'm good. What's up? How are you? Big up everybody. Happy Saturday.
Everything is good.
I'm glad to finally get the time to come chat up and see what's going on out there.
Yeah. I know you're working hard. You're considered an essential worker, so you're on the ground all day, every day. You know what I mean?
Yeah. We're doing that essential work. I recently, 2 years ago, graduated from funeral directing school. So I'm a funeral director, and yeah, that just happens to be really in essential service right now due to the pandemic and stuff like that. So I mean, prior to this, it's great. Regardless of the pandemic, it's a great profession. I love it. It just happens to kind of run into what I've already been doing. So, you know, in regards to just, you know, being a social worker and working with psychology and stuff like that. So I started that program in Humber and I completed it, and I work at a funeral home in Ajax. It's also a crematory. Okay. So we are doing a lot of work right now, especially with the pandemic of late. It's just crazy. I'm blessed so far that we are not, you know, had not been hit as hard as New York and stuff like that. But, you know, I myself have embalmed COVID bodies over the last week. You know, you're scared, you're fret, you know, but it's your profession. So you have to do what you have to do. And the BAO, the Bereavement Authority of Ontario, is very stringent on procedures and protocols with hospitals and stuff like that. So when they tell you to stay home and wash your hands and, like, you know what I mean? It's not a joke. I've seen like COVID with my eyes. It's some thick mucus. It's a cute dog. It's something I said, it's not cute, bro. It's like, it's very, when they say it gives you respiratory distress, like, yeah, that's what it will do to you. It will just stop you. So, you know, for people that have asthma, for people that have other underlying respiratory issues, or even have just immune system issues, you know what I mean? You have to be very cautious. They say, oh, it's just a bad cold. It's a Taliban cold. You know what I mean? So it's not something, and hopefully we just get through it. But like I said, thankfully, I'm in a profession that I'm still able to be working and out there, and funeral directing.
From there. And the thing was, when did it actually show up on you guys' radar? When did you guys start hearing about it, and when did you guys start seeing the impact of it?
I would say for myself, I started seeing the impact for the last 2 weeks. For myself. And that doesn't mean like, oh, it's a lot, but it's a lot coming from like the hospital. Like, you'll have cases that, you know, might have not been COVID. Like, they'll say possible COVID. And then when the test comes back, the person has already expired, unfortunately. But by the time the test has come back, it's COVID, or it wasn't COVID. You know what I mean? So you have a lot of issues where it is coming back, where it wasn't suspected, and it's coming back even though it was suspected. So it's just, you know, for me, that's just precaution. I have to take double precaution every time I'm handling, you know, the deceased, because regardless, we've been taking precautions as funeral directors because we're handling, but now it's like you have to take double precautions. It's the same if it was tuberculosis or one of those kind of things. Those are airborne, so you can't be breathing things like that. And so you still have to mask up and gloves up regardless. But this, because it's new and nobody knows, and, you know, so all those things we take into precaution. But yeah, it has increased, and hopefully, like they said, that's the surge that we're supposed to be seeing. So hopefully that surge just comes and it goes with less death and more people recovering, and we can get back to fly and party.
Yeah, it makes sense. It's just, it seemed like one day we heard about it a little bit, and then one day it just slapped us like bang. It's right here, and there was like everything changed right away. So even for yourself personally, how is it affecting you personally outside of work also?
You kind of already, as a director, because it's because I'm around so much death now. Like, already I was, because I go to work and it's that. But then now when I come home and I turn on the TV or something like that, it's more about that. Like it might not be, because regardless if COVID was here or not, we would still have people passing away. That's a part of life. But still, you know, now it's just like, oh my gosh, you know, it's so much has increased that it's just like everywhere you turn, it's some kind of dead thing, and it's just annoying. You know, for me after a while, it becomes fatiguing, you know, to hear about that so much.
It makes sense. And how long do you actually think we're going to be in this pandemic where we're actually on lockdown and stuff like that?
I don't know, Muscle. I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know. People don't listen and stuff like that. So I don't know. And people do listen, but it's also about the nature of the virus, right? Is it going to change? Are we going to get that second wave like they said? So I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I just keep plugging through and like just listen to what they say and kind of watch the news and everything, and hopefully, you know, it declines. They say it's declining, or we're flattening we're not flattening the curve, but the curve is not, you know what I mean? So we'll see. I don't know. We'll see. We'll just keep
kind of. It's like every day you look, it's just more and more and more and more. It's like, yo, could we like get over this sometime sooner rather than later?
Sooner than later. Sooner than later. I think we will, though. I think as long as we just, you know what I mean, be strong, you know, do what we're supposed to do and limit the foolishness, as in, you know, trying to go out there when we don't need to go out there, and, you know, stuff like that. Just be conscious. Keep yourself clean. Keep yourself tidy. Do that kind of stuff. I think we'll be fine. I think we'll be all right. Yeah.
What do you think is going to be the biggest lesson we're going to learn out of all of this?
That mana plan and gotta wipe out. Like, how many people think that they have big plans for 2020? That's not how it works. Sometimes you just have to go day by day. You know what I mean? You just have to go day by day. That's what I think. I think with me, I don't know if we're going to learn to be more compassionate and all those kind of things. You know what I mean? I don't know. This might bring the worst and the best out of people. But I do think people will learn that when you have a chance to do something, do it. Because I know a lot of us, including myself, had a whole heap of plans for this year and had different things that we wanted to do coming up now, you know, so that has changed, right? So
no, definitely. And I mean, because as you said, we all had plans. Say, 2020 is my year, and this, and 2020, we're in 2020
it's
right
no
now.
Year.
Not really anybody's year.
Right. Wanna plug and gonna laugh, I'm telling you. Hey, Cuz.
Let's get into your career now. Let's leave all this doom and gloom behind. All right, let's get into your career now. How long have you been playing Guns N' Roses now?
It's been what are we now? 2020. So it's been like years.
How long?
Yeah, like since 2000. So
you're breaking up there.
About 20 years. Yeah, since 2000.
20 years, eh?
Oops, sorry. Can you hear me? Yeah, it's been 20 years. It's been 20 years since 2000, I would say. Yeah.
Wow. And how has the landscape changed since you got into the game to right now? The sound landscape.
A lot of changes. I mean, technology has changed a whole bunch. What matters has changed a whole bunch. Meaning, like, I mean, you know what I mean? What matters has changed a lot. Like, people do, I mean, and I think not what matters to the fans has changed a lot. You know what I mean? They are expecting kind of a lot of different things now from just a sound man or a selector. So you have to be entertaining. You have to be up to the time. You have to know what's good. You have to be political. You have to be all kind of things in one. You know, you have to be very savvy with all of that, including being a good sound man or selector. So, and you know, you don't just have your area anymore. You have like a loud platform, you know, which is the world, to kind of have as your fans as well. Like before, like myself, you had to go places to collect those fans. Now, you know, you just turn on a live and you're good. You're good. If you're good, right?
Yeah.
So that has changed. And I think it's a lot of people don't like it, but I think it's just for the better. It really just is for the better.
Okay, you think? Yeah. You definitely think it's for the better, and
even when better. I mean, it doesn't matter if you get a lot more. Still, at the end of the day, true fans, regardless of who they are, I think they're gonna weed out the nonsense. And even with all this live stuff going on, you know what I mean? People are saying, oh, I'm on whatever. At the end of the day, when we get back to what we get back to, you are going to remember the ones that were good on here. And hopefully they get to try it in a live arena if they're not live selectors already. And you just keep it moving. So it's just different ways of introducing different talent, I think.
Yeah. And do you think we'll ever see you actually do a live?
Yeah, I'm going to do a live today, and I'm not do a live with you now. But if you do a live,
playing live.
Live.
Okay, all right.
Do a live earlier still, but guy, trust me, when I'm home and stuff, I just like to be chilling. But that's what I'm saying. I had planned this year to do a whole lot of different things because I was finally comfortable in, you know, my funeral directing. I have a great position now. I'm at a place where I'm comfortable. So I was like, yeah, man, ready. I have some dead money for them. I'm ready for them. No, you see what I said? So I was like, but then look what happened. And then still, you know what I mean? So yeah, just happened to be. So yeah.
Even when it comes to the female landscape right now, we're talking global. How has that changed from you first came in also?
I don't think it has changed much, to tell you the honest truth. You mean in regards to like the female selectors and so forth?
Yeah.
No, I don't think it has changed much because many of the females that I know then that were good, or the ladies that were good then, they're still good now. And now the irony is y'all getting to see them. I've been seeing them, right? Because I would have went to certain places and dances that they were playing. I know about Hypeness already. I know about Sunshine. I know about Maya. I know about the whole of them and them, but you know what I mean? And I had the chance already to interact with them. So now that, again, there's this, you know, social media platform, and unfortunately, fortunately, due to Corona, we now have the opportunity for everybody to get to see everybody, which I think is great. And I don't think it has changed. I think it's actually maybe a little bit better now because you can't segregate women to certain cities or towns or whatever. If a man hear about a woman and them say she bad, one click and she up, right? So I think that's I think that.
Because even because I know you were one of the early people that actually, when it came to a female sound, were actually clashing with men. It wasn't just female versus female. And it's like now you see it seems to be more common.
Yeah. A lot of females now are, and a lot of those females too are, again, like myself, have been playing in their area alongside selectors that are good. You know what I mean? As good as I am, I have to give that credit to a lot of the DJs and selectors that I've been around and I've played with, because they only make you better. So when you find you have a lot of females in that same situation where they're sparring, if that's a sense, with other top selectors, it's only gonna bring that better side of a selector. And that's whether you're a male or you're a female, right? That doesn't really have to do with gender. You know what I mean? If you play a ball with a set of man and them tough, you're just going to end up picking up those skills, and you're going to be like that as well. That's just how it goes, right? So
that makes sense. Makes total sense there. When it comes to dubs right now, how important are dub plates in the arena today, in today's market?
Again, I think that matters to the market you're catering to. It's always good to have, if you're a sound system as a reggae sound, it's very good to have its station identification. It's very important. We type of sounds know that. You know what I mean? That's like a trick question. You know what I mean? So like, if you're asking me how important they are, they're very damn well important. You have to have them. Oh, you're gonna know me if me not have a dub plate for me, you know. Say me, right? So otherwise, if you don't have that, then how is that gonna work? But if you're just a regular DJ and you just want to have a dub here and there, I guess that's fine, right? So I think for myself, I think dubs are very important. It's not important though either just to have a bunch of them and then say you're not a sound system that utilizes your dubs, whether you're using them to make CDs, whether you're using them to clash. You know what I mean? A lot of people have the dubs and you don't hear them. So that, I don't understand the concept of that. You know, again, yes, you have just dub collectors or whatever, and then they turn into sounds, but they're not really sounds, you know what I mean? They just have a whole heap of dubs. So I think, you know, it depends on the sound and how important sound identification is for you, but it is for me, and it is for a lot of other soundmen that you see clashing and doing that stuff and keeping up to date, regardless if the clash arena is hot, your dub back still have to up to the time, right?
All right, true. Okay, let me put you on the spot here. Could you actually play some music?
I could play a song or two. That wouldn't be a problem.
Okay, so then this is what we're gonna do now. I need some stories from you. I want you to play 3 of your favorite dubs, and we need the story behind why they're your favorite dub, and play a piece of it.
Okay, I'll play this.
Okay.
I don't think let me hook up my speakers, sorry.
It's okay, I can hear you.
Can you hear? Step up in the details of some big dub chat. Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
It's a combi.
Okay.
Junior Reed alongside Sister Kalanji. Okay, so it's not a real combi, right? But the 2 songs them are real. So I was going to Fully Loaded now, right? I was going to Fully Loaded. This was like, and big up, oh my God, Kevin Evil. Big up Kevin Evil. Kevin Evil fix up that for me. Kevin Evil is one of the studio man them around Ellie and all of them man there. So anyhow, so we're going Fully Loaded, and they're like, yo, you better have some combo. I said, I don't have no combo. Like the combos that I had, which I didn't, now to me they're wicked, but I have like Deva Brat and Kartel, right?
Yeah.
You know, and I have like Iwayne and what's his face? Oh my God, Boscom X, right?
Yes.
So the combos I have are mans that use the par and stuff like that, other than the ones that you go and send for. So anyways, I was like, okay, let me just put something together and try to see how this would be. And everybody was in the studio. Like for me, it was just like something that I had to do. I had to come up with, and it was very, very limited for time. So that's one of the songs that I remember like putting together. It was actually something that I thought about. I said, let me see if I can put these 2 songs together and how they would sound. The 2 artists them bad. And I played it at Fully Loaded, and it was good. Like, you know, it was like my first engineering experience in Jamaica around everybody, and it was at Stone Love Studio. So it was good, and under pressure.
Okay. And we're talking about, since we're talking, it's Fully Loaded Jamaica you're talking about.
Yeah, this is Fully Loaded Jamaica. So this is like Sharon Burke, Fully Loaded. You see me, I say with Mataran and Fire Links and all those sounds that used to just play, and it was a hot weekend. It used to be the same. It was the same weekend of ATI when they had Dream Weekend and stuff like that. So when everybody was done with that, they would come to do that, and I was on that a few years in a row. Yeah. Let me see.
All right, give us a next one and give us a story behind it.
Let me play. Okay, so this is my first dub. This is like my first dub.
Okay.
Big up Black Reaction. We used to hear Black Reaction play this all the time. And we were like, yo, we need to get this on dub. Shantae, big up Shantae Roses. We used to listen to this all the time, and we were like, I don't know. We took the bus in February all the way down to Sniper Studio to cut this song. And this was the rhythm that was going at the time. So I said, let me cut this song.
It's TASHA ROZEZ and blood. It's TASHA ROZEZ and blood clot Shantae. Roses and me. This ain't no bother.
Pardon for the swear words.
Oh, good. Super straight.
Hey, long we make roses growy. Yeah, so that was Kid Rich. And yeah, that was like a Kid Rich. That was our first dub. It was something very interesting for us. It was snowing, I remember, and we had like 2 bills, guy.
Yeah.
We went down there and we're like, what are we gonna get? What are we gonna get? And we got the Kid
Yeah.
Rich. So that was that. And I mean, that was the first dub, and then we stringed up on the Superstars rhythm after that, and went from there.
Okay. Give us a last one here.
I don't know, Muscle. Okay.
Okay, I got one for you.
I know.
Give us a cartel. One of the cartels.
I already typed it in, bro. Okay.
Huh?
This is this is my favorite cartel dub. We've been getting cartel from like 2000. So big up Vertex, X-Ray. Those guys, like I mentioned, all used to part together. Cartel, Basenta, Iwe, and Deva Brat, the whole of the Portmore crew them. So, you know, I used to be sending for my songs, like Wayne Marshall and stuff, and be getting this guy, right?
Yeah.
So I used to be like, yo, who is this? In the beginning. But thank God for it now, yeah?
Huh?
It's a ganja tune. High grade. Regular full size. Yeah, teacher. Teacher. So yeah, that's our guy from time.
Yeah.
Teacher and which part either. But yeah, like, and you know, we got more, and like we were very grateful, and you know, yeah. But at the time when I was getting Vybz Kartel, Bosco Mex, some of those guys, the most known person I knew out of that was probably Bosco Mex and Iwe and them Monday, you know what I mean, and Wayne Marshall. So it came up, and they came in very handy, and we were very appreciative. And that's how a lot of songs for us came, because we were working with artists or soundman, not really soundman, producer. X-Ray was more of a producer at those times. So we were working with people that were producing songs, and the artists them a make song at the same time. So we get to them advice them song that for we, right? So it kind of worked out, and then those artists progressed into who they are today.
That's crazy. And the thing with it is, okay, you said there was the Bosco Mex, Iwe, all of the Devil Brat, everybody from Portmore, and then there was Cartel. So how did that cartel relationship really blossom, where it's like, okay, you guys continue to link with Cartel over and over again?
Because we already knew him from Ray, like even Poppy and Certain Man, we already knew from. When I say Ray, that was the link. That was the person in Jamaica that I knew, that knew them. And he wasn't just cutting dubs for us, for them. Them and them, and they are friend. You know what I mean? Yeah. So as, you know, even going around in time, even if I was somewhere and I wasn't with Ray and I saw them, there was still that link. And then, of course, there was that unknown link that happened later on, which was with Killer and the whole thing. Because from time, we are Killer Sound already. Right, like, remember, we're already a Killer Sound, so, and that just happened to be because of, you know, BSDC, Bunty, and all that kind of stuff. So we
don't skip all of that. We want to hear how all of that.
You know the thing, Muscle. You know, so anybody what did I say, Bunty at the time, we were kind of all together, right? The Alliance, the Gay Alliance, and all those things. So it just happened to be that, you know, when the split happened with them, Mande, me and everybody is still cool. And you know me, I'm not really in that. I don't live in Jamaica, so I'm not part of all that gang stuff, right? Like me and them, all of them are cool. I'm a female selector over here doing my thing. Yeah. The man, them a war, them I have them badness or whatever. When it came to even other stuff, it was just a matter that me and Teacher and those people had a friendship, and we were continued to be cool. You know, BBM days, if me I make a mix CD, and it's on my mix CD, so me I make a mix CD, and the beg Teacher I drop. Teacher said me I drop, you know what I mean? The link was just there, and we kept the link so that at the end of the day, and it's not about sides or anything like that. You just keep the link with who you end up keeping the link with. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and that's all it really was. And you know what I mean? I'm supportive with a lot of other artists and stuff like that, but you know how it goes already with that. So
That's
I mean,
crazy.
and like I said, it's been a long time coming. You know what I mean? So it's not like, you know, we played, I remember Rondon's birthday in New York.
Yes.
It was me, Vybz Kartel, Foota Ipe, you know what I mean? Like stuff like that. So we always ended up coming back around and bucking up and, you know what I mean, working and being mutual with one another. So that's always been a good thing. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's crazy. Just keeping the links. And as you said, you really came in as a bounty sound because you were hanging out with a lot of the guys who were playing.
We're still a killer sound, you know. Killer was saying, but you know, killer already how him stay. Everybody say killer. Everybody from you say certain people, your office say killer. And
of course, 100%. Right?
So killer the father and then the man the brother.
Yeah, you get it. So it's like, okay, so we're talking, I know one of your big links those times was Bass Odyssey.
Yeah.
With Squingy and Mark those times there. Give us, because we spoke already on the other podcast, but I want you to give us an exclusive Squingy story from Bass Odyssey.
An exclusive Squingy story? Yeah. Exclusive Squingy story? What can I say about Squingy? Squingy was just, I don't, like, it's funny, the stories that I have about him, it's now when I think about them, I say they're stories, right? Because then I was like, just doing the do. And, you know, like I always talk about that one incident where, can you see me on my too low? I always spoke about that one incident where, you know, we were going to play out and I was like ready to have party time. And you know what I mean? With the St. Anne's, we're up in the hills and basically see a play. And I was like, okay, let's go. And I got ready and, you know, whatever. And I stepped out and he looked at me and he's like, where's your pouch? I'm like, what do you mean, where's my pouch, bro? Like, take a pouch. I want to party and, you know. And he's like, get your pouch. Go for your pouch. So I go for my pouch. And I'm like, at this time, I know what this means. This means I'm going to have to play. And this means I'm going to probably have to play for like an hour before they play. So I'm going to play before Bass Odyssey, right? In the country, in the night, in the cold. Because I already dressed like I was cute to be cute in the dance. And now there's no time to change because I'm ready, like I just said. So, no, man, go back for your pouch. So I went for my pouch. And I got my pouch. And when I came out with my friggin' pouch, sometimes I had the leather pouch. I used to buy a pouch that never looked like a pouch. So I had a leather pouch, no, whatever. And he's like, yeah, man, I know you look like TASHA ROZEZ. No, you look like Guns N' Roses. Come with your pouch. You know, like, and I went to the dance and I played and it was fine. And it was not as bad as I thought it was going to be. Because I'm nervous. I'm very shy, right? So very shy. I'm very shy. So I was like, I don't want to do that. I just want to take it in first and then play. But no. And that was him all the time. You know what I mean? I'd come down sometimes to Jamaica with them times I used to have like my four or five plate them in my bag. So I go to Jamaica now with like about 30 songs. And I did it one like my hype, you know, I mix on the bass of this console. And I mix and I mix certain artists and he would just say, where you go with them lunchbox song there? A lunch money song them there, you know? And I would just stop.
Yeah.
Go into the bass of the CD box now and learn to mix a different juggling and you know what I mean, do different things and when me go home save a little bit more money now and instead me vice damn there, me go vice damn there. You know what I mean? Yeah. So yeah, and I just started to, and that was the thing with him. He never told me how to do things. He would literally style me. And like, you know, but it wasn't a bad. It was just like, and if you know him, he's very quiet. He's Scorpio like myself.
Of course.
So, you know, really, I've said too much to make it connect. See? So, and I love him for that. And it's rest in peace. It's now that he's passed, I hear people say to me, yo, Squingy told me say, yo, bud, you know, yo, one time Squingy, I told me, and I'm like, this fucker never said nothing to me, guy. And he just fucking, you know.
But that was him. That was how he was.
I miss that. I miss having a sound person friend that is just there that I could just talk to and reason with, or just would be uplifting and motivating in that way without it seeming condescending or without it seeming like they didn't want the best, right? Because only somebody that would want better for you would do those things. And it was never a competition. Like, although there is no competition, there was never that ego thing where, like, you know, he's bigger, he didn't have time to talk to no little idiot gal when one tried to, you know, play a song. And it wasn't like even a love thing or relationship thing. It was more like, all right, you say you want to do that something, yeah? Like, okay, you know, let's see if you really can do it, because it's not a joke, you know? And I always will appreciate him for that. Yeah.
No, for sure, because I know you've traveled the world, you've played with some of the biggest songs globally, and I'm talking you've been traveling from early. What are some of those experiences really taught you to date about being a sound?
You have to be very rounded in your business as well. It's not just about playing your sound and being out there, and you know, like, you really have to take this thing seriously. Like, if you say you want to be at a certain level in what you're doing, and again, like, this all depends on what your mission statement is as a sound. I don't know what you say you want to do, right? But if you say you want to be like, then you have to get certain things in order. Your business has to be straight. And I don't mean that means you have to be rich and have like all this money and stuff, you know what I mean? But you have to have a proper focus and align yourself with things that are going to bring you to that and bring you to that level. That's what business has taught me, because I didn't know much of that coming in. You know, even, you know, like, big up Lindo P, straight up. Like, I just knew music, right? I just knew what was cool about music. That's first when it came to Lindo. And then if it wasn't for Squingy, I wouldn't know how to use that music properly and kill and apply it to clashing. Then that was my aim and my focus and goal, which it still is now. That's why, like I said, the plates are important. So if you don't stick to what your mission statement is as a sound, business wise and everything, I think that's why a lot of people just get scattered around, and they maybe say, oh, this thing you not work for me, or the man them bad mind me thing, or me not get no bookings, or me not get no data. No, you need to, like, really take a step back and even just look at the business on a whole. Is it oversaturated? Are there too fucking many of ya? Are there too many of you looking bookings from the one goddamn friggin' promoter that can't, like, that himself not have nothing can't help you with? Like, check out the whole business. The business doesn't mean just you and making sure you have a pouch and a headphones and a logo and a website. And it's like really looking into the statistics and the dynamics of the entire business from a micro and a macro perspective, and seeing how you can fit yourself in and make it the best for you. That's basically kind of what I did as a female, right? You know, and even now as a female, and there's a lot of other females, you still have to find out what is your niche in this whole thing, right? It's just, I don't know if it's business or if it's just proper sense. Right?
You know, you always have the answers. You understand what's going on out here. One thing before we get to the rapid facts, I want to ask you, when it comes to, what was the last class you were actually in?
Oh, frig, I don't even know. If I'm not mistaken, I think properly, it was the one that I did, that iOctane one with iOctane one. Then we do with Polly them, with me and, oh God, Bones. Some Bones in I play them time, the come tracks.
Yeah,
one of those iOctane clashes I did. I think that would have been it.
Okay, and how was that clash there?
I won that. You can check out my hand.
All right.
I won that. I think probably might have the thing, but it didn't continue, so I don't.
But you won your thing there. And when it comes to clash, what's your specialty? What do you really specialize in?
When it comes
okay, you know what? A clash. What is your specialty? What do you really bring to the table?
I don't know. I think I just have a different style. I'm a little bit different. Like, I don't know if it's the, I don't know. I mean, I don't want to say it's because I'm a female, but I think it's just like that tomboy vibe that I have, actually, to be honest, right? And that's the whole Guns N' Roses things. Like, don't get it, we're cute, but like, we boss your B. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's what it is. Like, you know, it's we have that alter ego kind of thing about us.
Yeah. No, definitely. I've seen you in action many times, and you don't. It's like you go into a trance, and you're
Yeah.
a totally
That's what
different
I
person.
mean. Yeah, it's like and I actually do feel like a different person when I start to play and
Yeah.
mix. I say I'm shy, but when the headphones are on and stuff like that, I'm not shy. I'm not shy.
Different person. All right. Let's get into this rapid facts. I'm going to ask you some quick
Rapid.
questions. You just give me back some quick answers. All right.
All right.
Ready? Okay. When it comes to chicken wings, do you prefer drums or flats?
Drums.
Okay. What's your favorite color?
Pink. I
All
was
right.
gonna say
Who's
black, but it's not a color, so pink.
What it's a color?
Black.
Okay. Who's your favorite basketball player of all time?
Oh my gosh. Kiara Lee Parks.
All right. Wow. All right. Good one. Got you. Got you. All right. Okay. When it comes to, would you prefer $1 million in cash or a credit score of 1,000?
$1 million in cash, please. I could easily fix that credit score with that.
Listen, I hear you. I hear you. Okay. What's your favorite movie of all time?
Oh my gosh. I can't even right now.
Yeah.
Oh my God, what's my favorite movie, Key?
Green Mile.
No. I don't know. I got to get back to you on that.
Okay.
I might say 7. Yeah.
7.
7.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
A lot. But
What's the last? All right. What's the last book you read or listened to?
Oh shit. What's that book called, Key? No, the 4 things. The four agreements of life, or the 4 agreements. The 4 agreements. I read that.
Yeah.
That's very good.
Okay. If you could have dinner with 3 people, dead or alive, who would they be?
Oh my God, Vybz Kartel. Che Guevara.
Okay.
And my sister. Ooh, girl, I have 2 sisters. Cause, well, she was here yesterday. Rihanna was here yesterday. So, Janet Jackson.
Got you. All right. Good
But
one.
really, because Riri. Okay, go on.
All right. One word that describes you best.
Different.
All right. I agree. Okay. One physical thing you cannot live without.
I would say right now, am I allowed to say my daughter again?
Yes, you can.
I would say, yeah, my daughter. She is my.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got you. Okay. What's your favorite TV show of all time?
House.
House.
I know that's a new
Big
one,
show.
but that's my show. I do tend to watch that on repeat.
Yeah. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, look, I'm going to answer 2 more questions in the rapid facts here. So if you have any questions for Tasha Roses from the Guns N' Roses, put them in right now, and we'll be taking them right after we're done this round here. All right.
Hey, everybody that's here. Perry Fall, Presto, DJ Stubbs. Hi, my friends. Hey, Rich Kid. Killer Assassins, big up.
All right. Illy. Okay. Next one here. What's your biggest fear?
Well, only because we were talking. That's not my biggest fear.
Yeah.
I don't freaking know. These are like weird questions. My biggest fear. No, I'm afraid of nothing, right?
Yeah.
I don't know what's my biggest fear. Like, I don't know.
You don't know.
I don't
Okay.
know what's my biggest fear.
Hmm?
I don't know. You see, like, I try not to do stuff like that to myself in general.
Mhm.
That's why.
Okay.
Like, I try not
Yeah.
to do stuff like that in general. Like, be scared of things. Like,
Yeah.
even like people are like, how do you work with dead people? What's my biggest fear? That's my answer.
Yeah.
My biggest fear is living people.
Yeah.
Me can't control people. What them are gonna do, what them not gonna do. That's my biggest fear. When people are like, oh, you work with the dead, how do you
Yeah.
do that? How do you do
Mhm.
that? I said they're dead, they're good, they're nice. You know how much friends I have now in the heavens or the
Yeah.
hells? Them about me, them are right.
Yeah.
But at the living people, me afraid that cause me can't tell you what them are gonna do. Me don't so I that me afraid of people. Don't trust people, people I'm afraid of. Good.
You're a different character. That's why I love you so much, Rosie. Last one here. What's the best advice you've ever received, and who was it from?
Um, Best advice I would have received is from my mom. And she always says, it's a little saying that she says, this too shall pass.
Yeah.
And it is true. Like, she's very calm and simple. And she says that in the worst of situations. And I'm like, really? Like, that's what
Yeah.
you're giving me? After I went for like an hour, she will just say, my dear,
Yeah.
this too shall pass. And you know what? Friggin' does. It all
Always right.
does. It always
You get
does.
it.
So you just gotta
You
ride
get it.
through.
Hmm. You get it. Big up, moms. I haven't seen her in a hot minute. Too. Big
She's
her up and
down
big up
there in the
PG.
retirement land downstairs. She's
Yeah.
good.
You understand? All right. That was the end of the rapid facts. Let's get some questions in from the audience before we get you out here, Rosie. All
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Okay. Based on your work as a funeral director, can you provide a perspective on the gun violence in the city?
Can provide a perspective. It's active.
Hmm.
It is just active, and it's just very sad to see. Um, yeah. I mean, and there's a lot of things that are probably I see that when I'm thinking about it, I'm like, how come I never heard this in the news?
Yeah.
You know, so there's a lot more things that happen in regards to gun violence and just violence on a whole with people that pass, and you'd be surprised, you know, how much more is out there. You know, you wonder, well, I mean, and then this is what I mean, like, you might not hear about it on the news, but of
Yeah.
course, me, I'm fast, you know, I'll type in the person's name, and lo and behold, I will see something in the city or the town or something related to it. But again, it's a small little speckle, and nobody cares, right? But people do care. And it's, you know, you notice that when the darn funeral comes and you have mothers and fathers that are like heartbroken and torn. You know what I mean? So it's not cool. It's you know, you talk about perspective. My perspective, sister, is very dark. You know, I
Yeah.
mean, you have situations where, you know, the kids are coming in from gun violence, and you have to scrub them clean because it's terrible. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? It's really terrible. So from that perspective, I think people, sometimes I wish I could go live. I don't really want to go live from work, but it's like,
Yeah.
this is the
I
only
understand.
people to see. Like, do you really want to, like, you know, you see when we pretty it up and make it look nice, but there is a perspective of it that is very harsh and dark. And like, if people, you know, even if you're a bad man and you feel them way there, I know you don't, if you should see like the moms, like the
Yeah.
moms and the families, and like the pregnant girlfriends or wives, and like, it's crazy because man feel like them hype like that. You guys need to just chill out a bit. You need to chill out a bit. You need to chill
You
out a
get it.
bit. You actually
Right.
need to chill out. And that goes for all cultures. That's another thing too. It's not just black men. It's all kind of men carrying on with their nonsense. You know what I mean? So we just need to, yeah, from that perspective, yes, those are the things I have noticed. It's not like a gun doesn't have like a particular race objective. It's happening to everybody, and all of the young men out there, and the poor little moms and families are like in distress. And even like the other day, you have a funeral for a boy and you can only have 10 or 8 people at your service because COVID, right?
Yeah.
So you can't have
Crazy.
nobody in there. So 9 people plus a pastor, and I eat that.
Yeah.
Like, that's how you, like, that's what you want for your mom and like your family, you know. So yeah. It
Okay,
sucks.
crazy. Good answer. Great answer there. All right. This next one here is from Mr. Presto. Big up yourself, brother. Question
Presto.
is, what's next for Guns N' Roses?
Well, that's what I was saying. Like, I was planning to like get back active. I haven't been taking that many bookings. I've been playing certain places. Big up Randy Savage. We played over Valentine's at Nathan Phillips Square. So I've been taking a lot of, over the 20 years, I have a lot of clients that have been great. And, you know, we have, of course, kept a relationship. So there's certain parties and so forth that I still play. But now that I was settled and I'm good, I was like, yes, can get back into things and whatever, whatever. But now this whole COVID thing has happened. So that hasn't stopped what I want to do, but we're just going to have to see what I can do. But, you know, we're working with other female DJs, Presto. So big up Randy Savage, it's on the line. Big up DJ Isa Vybz, DJ Ivy. Them are part of the Guns N' Roses whole click. You see me, I say. So if you not see me, you see them, and you know, say I want family, I want love. So that's kind of what we have for you guys. Extended Rose Garden coming out there in soon and new moons.
Yeah, I like that there. All right, let's take two more because we have about 5 minutes here. This one here is, do you think the high prices of dubs and scammers are mashing up the business?
Yes. Big up my brethren to them, I send them a thing, come and says a thing have the ropes up. And that's the other thing. You guys got to be very careful of people out there. I don't want to say they're scammers, but everybody has that whole link, right? Everybody knows an artist that can go tell the artist, I'll get a song for you or for the whatever. So I just think you got to be mindful of who you're linking. Build a relationship with these people first and see what it is. Unfortunately, sometimes you may have to pay to learn. If you know what I mean by that. You might send your money and not get nothing. Well, now you know if you work with that somebody there. I don't know what else to tell you. Like, you know what I mean? I was never one of those people that was sending my money. Oh, no roses, but you had certain people cutting songs for you. Yeah, but there was a point where I never knew them either. I didn't know if people were going to run off with my money. I didn't know. I sent my song first because I wasn't sending him no money. And when I saw the relationship, I was like, wow. And then I went to Jamaica and we met and stuff like that. So you gotta, just like now, it's the same difference. You have people linking you. People do that to me right now. Link me on message and said dub plate. And some of them I wonder, you know, I wonder if they're them. And some of them I just can't be bothered with, right? And I stay to my people that I know. So.
Makes sense. You know what? We have 4 minutes here. Can you see the questions in there?
How do you feel about Irish and Chin?
All right. Hold on. Let me pin that up. We have 4 minutes. Let's talk about it.
I don't feel anyway. You guys see me, right? You see what kind of, you don't know my character, I don't know my style, right? So, I mean, back to what I said, Chin has this thing that I said that he should be robbed. Would never say that, and that we should have extorted him based on a voice note. So the voice note, whatever. I wish the person that shared that voice note would make themselves clear and be seen and have the balls and scrotums that your mom gave you and just talk up at this point, because then you would be able to say that you sent piece of the conversation and you didn't send the context of the conversation where they were in the group complaining about, I assume it was a rumble that was coming out and a flyer came out. They didn't know, when I say they, I mean the Canadian sound group. So Ron must have found out that this flyer came out and everybody was like, hey, how come we didn't know that this party was coming to Canada? Some people, I guess, I don't know, because we come in the conversation. And what I had said to them based on the grumbling that I came upon was, so hold on, you guys are keeping dance over here and you know, make the man them come ropes up a thing or wrap up a thing in a plastic and make the man them deal with the thing and make the thing look good, dog. You know how I talk and how I want, right? And what I mean by that in layman terms is somebody's coming to your part of town. This is a concept from cowboys and robbers and like back in the days. You're going to somebody's city, you're going to somebody's town to do business. Have you checked in with the people there to see that everything is kosher, that this is a thing that, yeah, like, did you do your regular thing? Like, did you do that? No, you linked with somebody that, okay, you thought was who you should link with, and that's what happened. You know what I mean? So because I said that, it's the worst thing in the world. Like, you're going to replay this now, and that's what I said, right?
Yeah.
And I said it in more of a talking dancehall style. Me say, so the man them a come here and nobody know make a thing get wrapped up in a plastic and make the man. That's what I said. Like, people are coming here and nobody has done any footwork or business negotiation, whether it's verbally, whether it's contract. Like, nobody said anything. They're just gonna come. Oh, I see. They met with certain people already, and it's fine. Well, then it's fine.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So to come out and make it seem as if I'm against the U.S. coming here, which is totally, like, I'm an international sound. Why would I feel, you know what I mean? I encourage international business.
Yeah.
So that's just him and his talk, and I wish him all the best.
Yeah. You see, that was pretty straightforward and honest. Again,
I'm not
to tell you,
him up, you know, because I can't talk about him, about this and talk about that and a bag of things. You see me, I say, but we not bother with that because I know my character. You know what I say? When I'm ready to deal with them, I deal with them.
not even, I don't hear, see, understand, didn't listen. I heard the whispers. I'm not even involved. You know what I mean? 30 seconds. We're about to get out of here now. It's 30 seconds counting down now. Leave your contacts quickly.
TASHA ROZEZ. You can find me here at It's TASHA ROZEZ. You can find me also on Twitter. It's TASHA ROZEZ. TASHA ROZEZ at Gmail and TASHAROZEZ.com. You can go on there.
All right. And ladies and gentlemen, this is Muscle for another Entertainment Report podcast. And we are out. Thank you, Rosie. Thank you.
This podcast is brought to you by www.twolinedmusichut.com.